All right, guys, we are picking up the Demonator. Finally, it has been repaired. The Ginger is tired of looking at it. We'll get a quick rundown of what exactly was wrong with the truck and what they had to repair to get it running properly. Plus, we made a couple other small little changes while it was here because why not? And we have the Ginger's crazy gecko green Wrangler behind us. So I thought it'd be a good chance to do a little walkthrough because apparently it's 100% done, which I don't know if any Jeep build is actually ever 100% done, but it's looking pretty built and it's got some stuff I haven't seen before on some Wranglers and Jeeps. So I thought it'd be a good chance to show you guys just what the Ginger's been up to with his build. We'll do a quick walk around and then I'll tell you guys exactly what we fixed up on our truck. And then we're gonna head back to the island. But first I gotta stop at Wayrock Dodge and pick up, I got 18 liters of oil.
That should be 2 oil changes. So
2 oil changes for the
that
Jeep.
works.
If you guys wanna know how much an oil change costs, I'm gonna do an oil change video next because the last one I did seemed to be really popular. So make sure you subscribe for that and watch that video. But let's go check out, what do you call this thing? The green thing?
That's Wicked.
That's Wicked. All right, let's go check out Wicked and then we'll figure out what you did to make my truck work again. Dude, your Jeep is so dirty.
Yeah, every time I let a woman drive it, it
oh, no.
comes back like this.
Uh-oh, can't say that. So
I've never off-roaded it. I have never driven this off-road. Fact, I have been in the passenger seat every time.
So the Ginger's got Wicked, named after, what is this, Demon John Wick with a
this is zombie
BB gun?
John Wick, and all he could get a hold of was a dollar store water gun. So it's less violent.
It looks like a Nerf gun.
No, it looks just like those cheap guns you had as a kid from the dollar store with the plastic fill thing.
So what's going on with this? I don't think we've showed everybody your rig yet.
Well, this
on
is
my
done.
channel.
Like done. There'll be some interior
Done?
changes, but
For
it's
real?
done.
Actually done?
100%. 100%. The next time if something changes, it's going to be the ownership title. That's it. It's taken a while because I've been so busy with everyone else's AMW stuff.
Like this, I think this is the longest I've seen you own a vehicle.
And it was an accident. I didn't mean to own it this long.
Yeah, this is how it worked out.
It is my favorite color. It's hard to part with.
Give us the rundown. I see you've got the Baja design lights on the front, some Terraflex underneath.
So there's a 2021 limited edition Gecko Green Rubicon. It's got the 2-liter turbo engine, which is what I wanted. It is a blast. I've had some issues with a 3.6 in the past and thus started my entire campaign of pulling 3.6s out and putting V8s in. So I've had a blast with this engine. Like even the mileage on the trip was great. Like we're on 37s with every bell and whistle Terraflex sells.
Have you tuned the turbo 2-liter yet? It's just factory stock?
It's factory stock. It had an upgraded air filter and it has a valve, which all that does for $300 is make you feel like you're in a Fast and Furious movie. That's it.
The unlimited shifting forever.
That's it. It does fun things.
Yeah.
So this has all the Terraflex bells and whistles. It's a full long arm conversion with the Terraflex
Oh, you got
system.
the long arms on here. Nice.
Long arm. It's got the steering upgrades. It's got Falcon 3.5 E-Adapt electronic shocks.
Ooh.
After that, we have our third set of wheels and tires on here.
I know last time I saw this, it had, you know, shiny wheels like the Demonator.
Well, the last 2 sets of wheels were kind of shiny. These
switch to the methods.
They don't last up in Canada. So
shiny
they'll start
wheels?
to get a bit of corrosion no matter what. It's just, and I don't like having corrosion on something I paid for. So that's why I like Falcon shocks in Canada. Well, I wanted to try the Method bead grips after Nate ran them at 0. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
I saw that.
Well, hell, that doesn't take me re-torquing anything. So
yeah.
I got their set of 17x9s they now come in
A little
with a
faster
-12.
install. You don't have to torque 45 bolts along the way.
Exactly. No torquing, no fighting, no...
They're legal, no liability
no legal.
issues.
If I go to a tire shop to get something fixed, they don't have to charge me extra. It's simple. Got my Baja Bosses on here. These are my favorite current tire right now with the snowflake rating. And
these all-terrains
they
or
look
mud
like
trains?
mud trains, but they are all-terrains.
Yeah, they have an aggressive sidewall
I
on
love
there.
it.
Yeah,
Love it.
they look pretty good.
So if you ever get these, make sure that people put it on properly. There is an outside and an inside.
There you go.
I've had them show up opposites.
And then don't put them on inside out.
So we don't have a hook this time.
Oh, you've gone with this crazy system?
Yeah, we removed the redundant crap. And I did pull a Grand Cherokee out of the ditch off-road. It was literally hanging on a culvert. We drove by him off-road last week. And I just hooked this, soft shackle, pulled him out. He didn't fall down. Good to go. Done. So now I don't have a bling Gucci item up here.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want that.
This keeps it cleaner.
It's Jeep as I mentioned in last week's
jewelry.
As I mentioned in last week's demo shovel video, you have to bolt the Jeep jewelry onto your Jeep.
That's true. I don't need cred. I'm good.
You've got enough. Look, this thing stands out as it is.
Yeah,
right?
It stands out enough. Do you think the Factor 55 piece is really
the
gonna
giant,
set this whole thing off?
the giant demon John Wick on the
They
side of the
make a
green
purple
Jeep.
one, so I didn't use it.
Yeah.
But
we could probably make that
to
happen.
Nate and Yankov, they came up with this really cool Fairlead that is surprised somebody didn't think of it sooner.
Well, that's pretty good for the non-off-road Jeeps, I think. You know,
non-off-road Jeeps.
It's perfect for your Jeep.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, we got the Warn winch.
Of course,
you don't buy any other
gotta
ones.
have the Warn winch.
Baja Designs
Loving them.
LP6s. I saw them on your last vehicle. I liked it.
They are nice. What do you got, white or amber under here?
I have white. I am not a Toyota, so I have white.
Hey, what? It's not a Toyota?
I'm not into the Halo Amber thing. It has the amber light through here for marker.
That is the best part of these lights.
I do like that.
If you guys don't know, you can wire this light in individually to be on with your running light, which is why they have
a hole in the street legal cover.
Exactly, which also is nice because a lot of companies don't have nice covers for their lights, and we need them here.
Phenomenal. So this is all wired in nicely. I've got the LP4s up top, which are pretty big for a top light, but it did it anyway.
I disagree. They're perfect size.
Yeah, well.
At least they're not. I should have put LP6s up there.
I kept the fenders this time because I wanted to put the Rubicon fender extension just where we live.
Yeah, you know, honestly, like, this is such a great little option. They're cheap. They're like
so
150
cheap.
bucks
They're
or something. Yeah.
But, so you hit it, you just replace the plastic rivets. Who cares?
Yep.
Stubby antenna. Bomber rockers. This is my second set of sliders. I tried to put a step on.
From
It didn't
Evo?
help. Yeah, they're
bombers?
from Evo.
Yeah.
They're just basic and simple, and they do the job. Got the Falcon 3.5
Oh, you
at
got
the back here.
the fancy mud flaps.
We got the fancy mud flaps, so the police leave me alone here.
Yeah, it's tough over here.
Yeah, so that's life.
One day I'll figure out how to put mud flaps on.
HD hinge from Terraflex.
Ooh, I like the backup lights they put in the bumper there.
Yeah, so the reason we went with Baja Designs is actually not because I was fanboying Casey. My bumpers came specifically cut for them. So
I've seen a lot of bumpers, racks, and things that
are specific
for those rectangular S2s.
So these are the nice flush-mounted S2s. I got them in the white flood pattern. This bumper is aluminum as well as my front. It's a Next Venture Motorsports bumper.
Do you have those triggered to come on in reverse, or is it extra?
I just use a button.
Yeah. I bet they're bright backing up.
These vehicles are so finicky that if you throw any extra resistance in a lighting circuit, it pretty much doesn't want to drive anymore. So I have a custom Rotopax mount that's going to be here in about a week or two.
Okay.
It's going to hold a 4-gallon upright, and then at the top it's going to have a 2-gallon, so it'll keep 6 gallons and not even touch the taillight when it's open. And it'll relocate my antenna. I
see you have some essentials back here.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
So now, because our bumper didn't have the license plate, we had to figure out what to do with it.
Right.
I've had to move license plates a lot with the JK days. I hated it because you always add all this extra wiring, and the lights they gave you were always horrible from China. Terraflex came out with a complete relocation kit, and the best part about this whole kit: factory brake light, factory license plate light, factory camera, factory wiring.
I've been looking at. Does this have the little quick release on it too?
You just wiggle and pop it out.
Oh, okay.
It has these special
this is a
lug
newer
nuts.
one than their other one.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's there because they have like 3 different versions depending what you're requiring.
Yeah.
But like, this is technically a factory light, despite this is the one from Oracle that's smoked out. But it's exactly the same housing.
At least you get a third brake light that comes on when you hit your brakes.
And it's all there, and you don't have to mess with it. So
it looks
that's
very
the
factory.
main thing.
Yeah.
My tailgate works mint.
Come around this side.
We've got an Oracle light here.
Ooh.
So in case we're pulled over, waiting for repairing something on Casey's vehicle, we can sit behind him so nobody hits us.
We're not repairing stuff on my vehicle. We're putting fuel in it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
And then we've got another button. Does white here and here. Neat. And it just replaces the factory plastic trim piece, which is phenomenal.
So the wiring is pretty minimal for this setup? Oh, it's just a 12 volt.
Or you can cut this and wire it in.
Right.
For now, I just had it in because I was rushed on
just testing it out, yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
My favorite, most expensive tailgate table. It is the nicest. It doesn't have the easiest cutting board to come out like some of them, but Yeah, the cutting board can go both
Whoa.
directions. So like that, it does come out. But the nice thing is,
Yeah, you need
no
to have
cable.
the
And unfortunately, they couldn't lower it anymore, so the cutting board slide right out
Yep.
because it would interfere with the goose
Yep.
gear part. But like this is solid. I love that I can come holding things, just be like,
that's
and just put the things down. I'm not fighting with hooks.
same with the one on my jail. You want to be able to push with
Yeah, you just
one
want to get it
hand
done
while you're holding
and
something.
That's great. So
That's
found
good.
out that the nice Milwaukee milk crate fit my stove perfectly.
The ultimate overlander stove.
So I
there
haven't
from-
figured this out yet. Yeah, I'm the only ultimate overlander with a single burner stove.
That's all you need.
So
You're cooking more than one pan. You're
I've learned I'm sick of using griddles. They're a pain. They make a lot of mess. So I'm gonna get a few new fry pans next trip. I've got, of course, my propane growler from Ignic or whatever the heck the company is.
Ignite. Is it Ignite?
Ignic? I don't know.
Well,
But it's
put it there.
it keeps your propane in there. You don't have to buy those overpriced 1 liters because the last one I bought was like $13 for one. So I could fill that for less than that. Dometic water that I plumbed in with pieces from the Kraken.
Oh, excellent.
So I have a shut off.
Does that have the electric pump on it?
Electric pump.
Yeah.
USB charge.
Nice.
Only downside, why didn't they use USB-C?
You know, every company should be putting
Like there should
USB-C.
you shouldn't be able to buy USB mini ports anymore.
Especially on a brand new product like
I know.
that.
So
Makes no
like
sense.
this is nice and simple.
There you go.
I didn't want to complicate it. Got the Goose Gear plate with the Goose Gear minimal fridge slide with an extra cutting board table.
Ooh.
But like,
So you don't have any seat delete in here.
Nope.
It's just
This is just
platform
simple.
in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just keeping it nice and simple. Then I got Vector's shelf. It can go up or down another inch depending on the height. I haven't figured out where exactly I want it yet because I was rushed. I have the next 2 weeks to figure it out when I go to Overland Expo in a couple weeks.
That's a really clean, easy setup that doesn't interfere with your rear seats. Gives you, like, I really like having this shelf of space above you.
I
Plus
really
you
wish
get a fridge.
Milwaukee would come out with a 1 drawer. They've got the 2 and the 3. I would like a 1. Something that would space it like to here, like just up.
Yeah.
And then I could have all the utensils and stuff in there.
That'd
This
be
is going to be,
perfect.
I found the divider, so there's the proper divider for it, so you can throw some dry goods. And then up here, when I went, I had my double canvas sleeping bag for me and the missus. I had our tent. I had our air conditioning unit, which is the Claymore fan.
Your tent's not on top of the roof?
No, because I don't want to look like an overlander. This is built as a rock crawler.
You're bucking
and
the
I want to
trend.
fit
A
in
rock-
my underground parking.
You're bucking the trend.
I'm trying. I got a lot of the
This is giving me some ideas.
Blue Ridge Overland bags all over the place.
Yeah.
I got some up front, some underneath.
It's got a lip on it to hold stuff.
That's got a lip. It's got
Does it slide
tie-downs
out?
on this. Nope.
That would be cool if that slid
Wouldn't
out.
that be something?
That would be really slick.
So I'm pondering getting the flip-up windows that Overland X got.
Well, that's a real Overlander mod.
It seems so neat to get to things, though.
You put fuel in it, or just to get in access
No, it
to your
just opens
stuff?
so you can get in. So then I could probably put
Do they flip up? Because that would be nice
They
to have a
flip
bit
up,
of rain cover over
put
whatever.
some light on it, just to have like access to like some bags where you have your gear and stuff.
Then you
would
don't
be
need a
great.
whole rack system. You can have your light up here,
Yeah.
a couple lights on your
Right here.
flip-up windows.
Like I didn't even turn these on the whole camp trip. All I used was this.
most
I turned
peop-
the Baja lights on in the desert. That was insane.
Most people
Like,
don't use their lights anyways.
I just use that light. This is the main light. Having the fridge, which it's still running, that's a plus.
Good.
But for the most part, like
It's looking good. Look
Like
at all
I
this
had-
stuff.
in the back,
So
I
sit
had
up.
my mattress across here, which was massive. So I actually have a folding home bed that goes in, so I don't have to air up anymore. A mattress, I don't have to fight with it. Instead of having a large tent, I have a large mattress. The tent's only this big. So it was so much easier to just foomp. Didn't even feel the shale we were camping on at all.
And what do you got? Foam for the mattress? Is
Well, it's
memory foam?
Yeah, it's 4-inch memory foam, folds in 3.
Oh, okay.
It was
yeah,
a
like
48
panels.
wide by 72 long.
Yeah.
It was
Are
worth a
these
few.
your sunglasses there?
Mhm.
No.
Well, obviously.
Look
See the
at those.
bling on here?
Look at those bad boys.
Oh yeah, that's definitely me. Perfect.
They go with your earrings.
Yeah. So I had a small EcoFlow unit. The only reason I brought that was to run the Keurig machine.
That's essentially, you gotta have your espresso machine.
As you can see, we got back yesterday. We're going
Okay.
to clean it today,
Mhm.
and I put a bunch of the stuff back
Mhm.
in storage. So I didn't have to drive around with it because it's not a all-time travel vehicle. It has to do work.
Well, yeah, exactly. What do
Back
you got
and
going
forth.
on in the front seat there? I see the custom
Oh, the
painted
front?
dash, and we
Oh.
got the
So I had the dash completely removed and custom painted a satin version of the Gecko paint so it matches the luster the red used to have. Jeep, you got to learn how colors work.
They need to stop putting red dashes in all the Rubicons.
Well, I'm fine if they do. They just need to learn what colors match. Like, there's a color wheel you have to look at. You just look at the one side and you go to the other.
No, it's the red for everything.
Yeah, red for everything. Like, if I could have ordered this myself, it would have got the tan interior to eliminate all the red.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was trying to do with my first
I
Gladiator.
looked everywhere to find one of these, and they all had this package, so this is what I got.
The tan interior is pretty rare.
So we've got the Kraken system down here.
Yeah.
There's the electronic module that's running the shocks, including the switch that allows us to switch our modes and go from aggressive driving to Cadillac driving. But for the most part, it's very simple. My radio's mounted up top. I chose that overly priced Kenwood radio so that the speaker is right there. I didn't have to wire an external speaker. It is the clearest radio I've ever had.
Nice.
And the radio is actually mounted in the glove box. And 67 design stuff with a Moment camera mount.
Perfect. Looks good.
And the interior is fully painted black, so it's not a white hardtop anymore with all the headliner.
Oh wow, so much darker in there though.
It feels so much better than just looking at the white that never is clean. It's just, so I think all the Jeeps should come with some kind of a dark charcoal or
dark
black.
charcoal, I think,
like kind of like the
good.
Bronco did. It's the one thing they did right with the hardtop. Yeah. Because they definitely didn't make it quiet or leak proof. So, but all in all, it's
looking good.
It's a great Jeep. I have no problems with it yet. Had the normal battery stuff where I've replaced the aux battery twice.
No, I gotta swap mine out on the JL.
I got that all fixed now. I don't even leave my taser in the vehicle now.
Oh really?
No, its settings are set and it's in the glove box.
You don't use all the fun live settings?
I don't need the fun live settings. They're not that fun. They're all gimmicks.
Burnout mode.
I said 2-liter turbo. Did you hear me that? There's no burnouts happening. It can still slide around corners and stuff, but it doesn't need the only feature I'd like would be the sway bar disconnect feature, but I wish it was just, it would be able to just eliminate the speed thing and you didn't have to touch the button. Like if they could make it so you just didn't have the reconnect speed number, that's it. I don't need to find a button and push it.
That's true. Well, I don't even have a disconnecting sway bar automatic system in this, so.
Which is fine.
We just drive around, it's fine. They'll be all right.
I had this system before.
Yeah.
This is my old system.
It works good. Works good, yeah.
It does the job.
We inherited some parts in the Demonator.
Yeah. Oh.
Thanks for the walk around, man. Your your Jeep is looking awesome.
At least you didn't say car.
I know, right? Don't say car. I've got some ideas for a future build. I really like what you've got going on in the cargo area with the fridge and that vector rack and stuff. It looks really good.
Creating the extra level.
I'm not sure about the Nerf toting Demon on the side, but hey, it's got to be wild if it's coming out of this shop, right?
It's got it. I can't lose this in a parking lot. That's pretty much the main thing.
We can't lose you in a parking lot either, apparently.
Yeah, good point.
All right, so, give us an update here.
So you dropped us off the Jeep a couple weeks ago because it fit into all of our schedules.
Yeah, well, it was down, you know, what was I gonna say? I was gonna make a joke about cylinders. I don't have a good joke about cylinders. I brought it back with 7 of the 8 running.
Yeah, you did bring it with, like, I'll give it credit. Like, it's only technically a 10% or what?
12.5%.
12.5% failure. That's not, it's still a pass in most schools.
Exactly.
So, all it was basically, it was something simple that ended up being costly, but basically, it was a faulty coil. The coil then took out the coil driver, which happens to, for some reason, live inside the PCM. So
it's a good spot for it. It's nice and warm. It's cozy.
Yep. So that, once we got those things fixed up, the thing drove mint.
Oh,
now, the ABS flickering that was occasional. The reason it was occasional, there was a clearance issue inside the heavy-duty differential with the sensor.
That's crazy.
So we did some clearancing in the metal housing and put the sensor in, and it hasn't had a code come up since.
It was robbing me of my launches sometimes.
Yeah,
when I wanted to go, it didn't want to go.
You were going way faster than you were
when
one wheel.
When we saw that 1,000 km/h reading on the, if you guys watched the video a couple of weeks ago when I talked about when we're having the problems, I showed you guys a little tuner, and it was showing 1,000 km/h.
Yeah,
I mean, this is fast, but it's not that fast.
Now the other issues we started thinking, your vehicle came in driving, handling all weird, because now you've kind of got everything almost where you kind of want it.
We're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there.
So we had to take out the front springs. They were not up to the snuff of the handling for the end power and awesomeness that this fat bitch of an engine weighs. So we threw in America's Most Wanted springs.
So these ones are the spec for the heavyweight.
Terraflex, spec, America's Most Wanted coils.
We needed something stiffer. So the reason, I don't want to say problem, but what I was feeling from the front end is because we were so over compressed on the longer springs, they would unload really easy. So when you were going down the highway and you hit a dip, they would unload because they were so over compressed.
Which is not safe.
It's not safe. It's not very comfortable.
But realistically, that coil was never designed to do what we were trying to do.
We were just trying to get something in, see how it worked.
In the air. So,
but this also, you know, part of what I do is mess around, right? You guys want to do turnkey, really well built, stuff that's built based on experience,
and that the people don't have to come back multiple times because they should be out enjoying themselves.
Exactly. Where I like to mess around and see what is possible, what isn't, and then you guys learn from my bad behavior.
Yes. Yes, I learn all kinds of new 4-letter words.
Yeah.
So regardless, so we've got the new springs in there, and then we added the factory isolators are back, and 1-inch spacer in the front.
It's sitting definitely noticeably taller, but it looks excellent.
So
excellent.
We did a bunch of measurements based on what these springs do with our Hellcat build and our other Demon builds, so that we had measurements to go by based on the weight you have. So in the rear, we took out the springs, and we were going to put different springs, but found the springs you have are actually thicker wound, so we thought they could probably do a better job carrying the weight. We just need to give you a little bit of an oomph. So we threw a 1-inch spacer in there with those, and despite where it's sitting now, it doesn't give you a road representation.
No, but
it's
also
on a hill.
I don't have any gear in here. All my tools are out, so we're gonna probably put 300 pounds of fuel in the back.
We'll end up with a 1.5-inch spacer in it. I still find the shocks are much too soft for this type of a build.
Yeah. We'll talk to Elka and see what they think.
The 3.0 body is just a little too large and unnecessary.
So the 3.0 body is a 3-inch shock housing.
So there's just a lot of oil.
It's very heavy duty. So
we don't need to deep fry French fries on the trail, so we don't need that much oil.
Don't give Chef John any ideas.
Well, it's red line French fries. Sounds great.
Truck's looking good, so we'll take it out for a spin.
Yeah.
Should be running smooth.
Over everything, check all the fluid levels, the normal stuff we do, grease some crap. I think
awesome.
That's all that
little post-build TLC. So next.
Oh, we tweaked your exhaust to replace some melted panels. So all in all, like it's.
No, truck's looking good. I appreciate you guys getting it back up and running. We got to put some stickers back on it because we just put paint protection film all down the side. The overwhelming response is we need a larger Demonator on the hood, so we're gonna get that taken care of.
Like I thought I was gonna hate this rack setup. I actually don't mind it in person, but still think Metal Cloak should make one that doesn't exceed the roof, and this comes down so many inches so you could be at roof height. Because a lot of people have parking restrictions or ferries they gotta go on, and the sleeker you can be, the better.
So my feedback and what I think, like I like the look. It's a really cool.
Actually is really good.
It's a different look.
You even offer people these free things when they walk by your vehicle in the parking lot.
Put that back on there.
These are like what, $5?
Wait till I put the shovel on. So my feedback for you guys, just something to think about, is because the hoop comes up, you can't bring your tent all the way forward. So you can see how far back from the cab we've had to mount the tent. And it hangs off the back a little bit.
It's not bad though.
But it's not a, I mean, it's just, these are little things that we're noticing.
Definitely put this mount right here.
You can move that around.
Can you put that
But I don't know
there?
if it would, I don't know if you'd be able to do the bolts up with that.
Because I don't think there's any reason they would have cut this if it wouldn't fit.
Yeah, maybe.
But still,
I'll have to give it a try.
This needs to come down to here.
Yeah, a little lower.
And it would be a sick rack.
I think having it right at the roof line would be perfect. We can get rid of these traction boards and bring it all down. But I'd like to bring the tent forward 4 or 5 inches so that it's sitting a little bit.
But regardless, the deck unit's fine.
The deck, I love the deck.
I love the deck. I have nothing but good things to say about this company. And it's a recycled product.
I am actually quite surprised by this, how much I like this deck.
You can abuse it.
Oh, look at that. And you can put your extra springs.
Yeah, and if you have excess parts that are going to break on the trail, you just keep loading them in this drawer.
Look at that. What's in door number 2? Oh, Those we don't need.
They're decorative.
But that does remind me, I need tire deflators. I don't know why this reminds me of needing tire deflators.
I don't know why the divider instructions need tire deflators.
But I need tire deflators.
And your
look at this little spot.
Is that what you thought for?
Yeah, it's perfect. So it doesn't get everything wet and dries out.
This is such a small drawer compared to the Ram. The only downside with the deck thing, and it's just because of the way it doesn't come out any farther.
Yeah.
Like you got to go way back, which is still, you can still put stuff there. You just got to plan ahead.
Just put the stuff you don't really need all
like
the
the
time.
tools and the recovery gear.
So what I found on this side is my DeWalt toolbox fits perfectly in here.
Oh, okay.
So you just drop it in right at the back.
And slide it to the back and not worry about it?
and it's like sits right about here. It fits.
What toolbox is that?
I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah, like the only ones I know are about this tall.
Yeah,
so.
it's half size, but this tall.
Yeah.
Yay big. But it fits right in there. It's good. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with the deck system. But yeah, thank you for replacing my melted piece of plastic. This was a last minute mod that we had to do to the Jeep to get these sliders on the box, but it ended up diverting some of the airflow from the exhaust up while we were driving.
Yeah.
You know, fairly fast all the way to Moab for hours on end.
The air reflected off of the mount for this and came out that corner.
And it kind of melted all this. So
that's not why Metal Cloak built this bumper, because they didn't know someone was going to put a demon engine in
everybody
it.
should be building their parts for
everyone should
Jeeps.
commute. No, everybody should just talk with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Everything
we need
will
a
always
big
fit together.
manufacturer Discord channel.
Yeah. Everybody. Never release all their documents, make sure everything works. I see that happening.
Thanks for fixing my Jeep. Appreciate it.
Problem,
We'll take it for a test drive. Show you guys
for getting it out of my shop.
how it runs. They're so friendly here.
I need room.
Need room. Yeah, you need a bigger shop. I keep telling you. All right.